Aspartame, sweetener or silent threat. Today we're exploring the world of artificial sweeteners, focusing on aspartame. Found in countless diet products, aspartame promises guilt-free sweetness, but its safety has been debated for decades. Is this chemical substitute doing more harm than good? By the end of this video, you'll be equipped to make informed decisions about your health. So, let's get started. One of the most common concerns surrounding aspartame is its potential impact on our brains. Many people report headaches, dizziness, and mood swings after consuming aspartame-containing products. Some studies suggest aspartame might disrupt normal brain function in susceptible individuals. Researchers believe aspartame might interfere with delicate signaling pathways in the brain. This interference could be due to the release of certain neurotransmitters like excitatory amino acids. While more research is needed, these early findings warrant caution, especially if you're prone to headaches or migraines. If you notice any negative symptoms after consuming aspartame, consider reducing your intake. Beyond neurological effects, aspartame has also come under scrutiny for its impact on metabolism. Recent research suggests aspartame might disrupt the balance of our gut microbiota, influencing digestion, nutrient absorption, and immune function. Studies show artificial sweeteners like aspartame can alter gut bacteria, potentially leading to weight gain and metabolic disorders. Some studies indicate aspartame might interfere with glucose metabolism, increasing the risk of insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. In May 2023, the WHO advised people not to consume non-sugar sweeteners for weight loss, including aspartame. The recommendation is based on a systematic review of the most current scientific evidence, which suggests that consumption of non-sugar sweeteners is associated with increased risk of type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, and all-cause mortality, as well as increased body weight. Women who consumed more than 2 diet drinks per day had a higher risk of cardiovascular disease events, cardiovascular disease mortality, and overall mortality, according to a 2014 study from the Women's Health Initiative published in the Journal of General Internal Medicine. Also, people drinking diet soda daily were almost 3 times as likely to develop stroke and dementia as those who consumed it weekly or less. This included a higher risk of ischemic stroke, where blood vessels in the brain become obstructed, and Alzheimer's disease dementia, the most common form of dementia, reported a 2017 study in stroke. Aspartame side effects may also include behavioral and cognitive problems such as learning deficits, headache, seizure, migraines, irritable moods, anxiety, depression, and insomnia, according to the researchers of a 2017 study in nutritional neuroscience. Aspartame consumption needs to be approached with caution due to the possible effects on neurobehavioral health. In the body, the methyl ester in aspartame metabolizes into methanol, and then it may be converted to formaldehyde, which has been linked to Alzheimer's disease. A 2-part study published in 2014 in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease linked chronic methanol exposure to memory loss and Alzheimer's disease symptoms in mice and monkeys. According to a 1992 study in neurology, aspartame appears to exacerbate the amount of EEG spike wave in children with absence seizures. Further studies are needed to establish if this effect occurs at lower doses and in other seizure types. Very high aspartame doses might also affect the likelihood of seizures in symptomless but susceptible people, according to a 1985 study in The Lancet. The study describes 3 previously healthy adults who had grand mal seizures during periods when they were consuming high doses of aspartame. These findings highlight the importance of approaching artificial sweeteners with caution. In April 2015, U.S. Right to Know petitioned the Federal Trade Commission and the Food and Drug Administration to investigate the marketing and advertising practices of diet products containing aspartame. The agencies declined to take action. For individuals with phenylketonuria, PKU, aspartame poses a clear danger. PKU is a rare genetic disorder affecting how the body processes protein. People with PKU lack an enzyme to break down phenylalanine, a component of aspartame. Consuming phenylalanine can lead to severe neurological damage in individuals with PKU. If you or someone you love has PKU, it's essential to avoid aspartame completely. Early animal studies on the artificial sweetener suggested a potential link between aspartame and certain types of cancer. Some reported an increased incidence of brain tumors and other malignancies. These initial findings sparked further research into aspartame's potential cancer risk in humans. Harvard researchers in 2012 reported in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition a positive association between aspartame intake and increased risk of non-Hodgkin lymphoma and multiple myeloma in men, and for leukemia in men and women. A large 2022 cohort study in PLOS medicine involving 102,865 French adults found that artificial sweeteners, especially aspartame and acesulfame K, were associated with increased cancer risk. Higher risks were observed for breast cancer and obesity-related cancers. The researchers wrote, "Study suggests association between consuming artificial sweeteners and increased cancer risk." In 2023, the International Agency for Research on Cancer, IARC, classified aspartame as possibly carcinogenic to humans. This classification is based on the strength of scientific evidence, which suggested a potential link between aspartame and liver cancer. In May 2024, the World Health Organization's Cancer Research Agency, the IARC, published its full monograph on aspartame. As announced in January 2023, IARC found aspartame is possibly carcinogenic. Research published in Scientific Reports in May 2024 employed network toxicology and molecular docking techniques to systematically examine the potential carcinogenic effects and mechanisms of aspartame. The findings suggest that aspartame has the potential to impact various cancer-related proteins, potentially raising the likelihood of cellular carcinogenesis by interfering with biomolecular function. Furthermore, the study found that the action patterns and pathways of aspartame-related targets are like the mechanisms of known carcinogenic pathways, further supporting the scientific hypothesis of its potential carcinogenicity. The debate surrounding aspartame's safety is complex. The FDA has said aspartame is safe for the general population under certain conditions. The agency first approved aspartame for some uses in 1981. Since then, many scientists, both then and now, have stated the approval was based on suspect data and should be reconsidered. Further research is underway on the safety of aspartame and continues to do so, as more and more links are being uncovered on the dangers and negative health effects of consuming this artificial non-saccharide sweetener. After all, it's not called artificial for nothing. So stay informed about the latest research, weigh the potential risks and benefits, and consider your individual health status before you ultimately decide to consume this artificial substance aspartame.